What's up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans? Once again, it's the one and only Optibotimus coming to you with another video review, and this is one that I was really looking forward to. Over the past several years, Playmates has done a real good job of really kind of re-releasing a lot of vintage figures, which is really fantastic. I'm really impressed with it. It allows a lot of collectors like me the ability to get kind of like minty fresh brand new ones, and I'm all for it. I think that they're doing a terrific job. Like I said, they've been doing figures. Now they're starting to kind of branch out into some other vehicles. We got like the party wagon and stuff like that, but now we're getting some vehicles, we're getting some play sets, and like I said, I'm on board. I'm absolutely loving it. Playmates has been doing it. I've been doing the Masters of the Universe Origin reviews, which is very much Mattel's way of kind of giving us updated Masters of the Universe vintage style figures. You know, obviously they're going with like the cartoon ones as well now. And even Hasbro's kind of doing it with their Missing Link figures. We're getting articulated, or we already got an articulated version of G1 Optimus Prime. We're also getting Cliff Jumper. We're also getting Bumblebee. And we're going to be getting in the Legacy United line, I think, or Evolution, basically the Missing Link version of Optimus Prime, but you know, in a mainline release, which is going to look like the G1 Optimus all the way through. And like I said, I'm on board with it. I think that it's great that a lot of these companies are really embracing that vintage toy line that we grew up with. Obviously, we love the updated versions of these characters, but it's fun to kind of revisit them. Now, what Playmates is doing is kind of revisiting the vintage line, but not really doing too terribly much extra. Like a lot of times, other companies have been throwing in extra articulation, all that kind of stuff, and they are doing, you know, that with some of them, but they're really kind of staying true as well with the vintage releases, and that's what we have here. Basically, a not re-envisioned, but a newer version of the wacky. here's the box, but you got the Wacky Action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which has some features in there, and it's the toilet taxi, and I'm absolutely loving this. This is super fun, and I also really love the retro style box that they're going with. Great art here in the front, very much like that original style for it. You got a little figure right there. He does come with a figure inside of it. It's an exclusive Donatello figure. I don't remember the vintage one came with that or not, but here it is on the back. You can see Donnie sitting there, all the different action features. You got a little bio right there if you want to read it. Super, super fun. Throwing this off on the side, and everything about this is just, I love every bit of it. Now, let's get, I've never really liked how their feet are kind of posed in this way, because it kind of makes them hard to always stand, which is, that's a little bit frustrating. Are you gonna do it? You gonna do it? I mean, we're gonna have him sit on it anyhow. There we go. So, you have the figure, you have the vehicle. Now, one thing that I will say is that I vaguely remember playing with this when I was a kid. I don't remember if I actually owned it. Now, me and my best friend, Thomas, we kind of shared our toys for the most part. I would have some, he would have some. Like, I remember I had the Technodrome, he had the Turtle Lair. And whenever we would play with our toys together and stuff, he would bring over some of his, I would bring over some of mine, but I don't really necessarily remember. If I want to say that I think he had it, because I don't remember entirely. But starting off first with Donatello, it's an exclusive one, and it's a little bit different. Now, bringing in the reissue, I got this a few years ago. I don't remember exactly, but this one is fairly small. You can see that there is a size difference between these. If I can get him, neither of them like standing. There we go. There's that. And come on, Donnie. Don't be drunk, Donnie. Drunk Donnie. I mean, you can kind of see the size difference there, right? I'm gonna kind of lean him against the back there. You can see the size difference between these guys. So I don't know if this is more designed like with the actual vintage one, and this one was scaled down. They're doing some weird things with the sizing for things, but you can definitely see that this one is a little bit smaller looking, kind of all the way around. One thing that I will say is that I'm not a big fan of the whole back and forth with the scale and the sizing of things. I'll get to that a little bit later when I take a look at their reissue Technodrome. What I will say about the Toilet Taxi, though, is it's actually a little bit bigger. So I don't know if maybe they scaled this up. Maybe this is like the vintage size. This is scaled up to kind of go along with that. So if somebody has both of these, if you could let me know, I'd appreciate it. But you can see that a little bit different in terms of Donnie. Obviously, he's got a helmet. He's got glasses. Face sculpt is kind of the same, like with the open teeth and everything there. But he comes, obviously, with his bow staff. He has the belt, but he doesn't come with the bow staff, which kind of does suck. But you can see that one thing that is nice is you got the grayish color for the elbow pads and knee pads. These are actually painted purple, which is nice to see. I dig that. And then you can see that you got a slightly different color here for the hands, for gloves, for the most part, which is, you know, it's cool. I mean, he's going to drive a toilet, so he should wear gloves. Articulation-wise, I love how the bandana has that. You got the purple that goes there, and then you got the little tie section right there. That's kind of fun. Rotates there, rotates at the shoulder, rotates at the elbow section, and then you have ball joints down here for the legs, but nothing else. And like I said, you have them stuck in this pose all the time, which does kind of... I've never liked that, even going back, because, I mean, he's hard to stand. But this is the part that's amazing. Now, there is some assembly that is required. This whole front section here has to kind of be plugged in and put together. The toilet seat, and then the actual shower section here. There's also some stickers. You got the foot soldier stickers right here for toilet paper. You got this little sticker right there. You got a sticker on the back seat of the toilet seat, and then you got the mouth right there that I put on, and it's straight enough, I guess. But this is super cool. Now, one thing that I did watch a video on it, for all intent and purposes, basically the same sculpt as the vintage one, but it is larger, noticeably. I don't have it, but I have seen pictures, noticeably larger. And then the other thing is they designed these to actually move on this. The vintage one, they didn't move, which is peculiar. I don't know if it matters that much, but I mean, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing. And then you can take, of course, Donatello, kind of position him where he's going to sit there on it. And let's see, get him to actually hold the handle, kind of like that. And you can have him sitting on a toilet seat, driving around, taking on the foot soldiers. This is amazing. I absolutely love it. There's some fun stuff with it. A lot of great detail. You got like manhole covers on here. Like I said, you got a toilet paper roll. You got the shower. Nice paint throughout the entire thing as well. The toilet seat kind of just is a toilet seat. You got a sink here with like the different nozzles and everything. You do have a weapon that he can hold, that he can just slide out, and then he can hold on to that and shoot, but he can also store it right there along the side. Again, you got the little sections down here. You got plungers for the front, which is super cool, and those are actually powered by this front tire. So if you move the front tire, you can see those plungers moving in and out, which is great. Oh, there it goes. It's gonna go. Okay. The other part is that it's got this feature that while you got the little action feature here in the front tire, if you roll it back, wow, that's fast. It's got the little zoom thing. I'm just going to call it a zoom thing. But you just go zoom. That, I love it. I love it. I'm going to turn him around and see if I can get him to go zoom. Zoom! It's amazing. I like the paint on the back here too. So you got the little plunger effect. You got the little zoom effect, which the little zoom effect also kind of helps with the little plunger thing. And look how fast that does go. Whee! That does go really fast. Oh, you can hear it. Oh, it probably would go for a long time. That's like really going. That's impressive. You can see that you got little traction here, so that's going to go pretty well on different surfaces, like I guess maybe a carpet or something like that. All in all, this is amazing. I'm super excited that they're doing this. Like I said, they're doing a couple of these now. Like I mentioned, we did get the party wagon or turtle van, whatever you want to call it, some time ago. I mean, they seem to kind of release that every now and then. The other one that I'm really looking forward to, that's out now and I just haven't found it yet. These are exclusive, at least my understanding, to Target stores. So that's where you're going to find them. That's where I found this. The other one that is out, and again, I remember playing with it, but I don't remember if I actually owned it, is the pizza thrower. It's a big tank-looking thing that shoots pizzas out of it. I'm super excited about getting that. Then the other one that I was excited about, even though I do have the vintage of it, is the Technodrome. They are doing a reissue of the Technodrome. The Technodrome, though, is actually a little bit different. It's smaller, which I'm not a very big fan of, and that kind of bothers me. And I know a lot of people are bothered by it as well. Whether or not they're going to end up canceling their pre-orders, I don't know. I kept mine because I'm going to do a review on it. So it's one of those kind of things where I have the vintage one, so I don't really need the reissue one. But I want to do it just as kind of like a public service announcement that it's smaller, and I don't feel like it's as good as it, because it is smaller. Now this, they actually made it bigger, which I'm okay with. I think that's fine. Smaller though, not the biggest fan of it. I mean, I think it was only like $89 or $90, something like that, $80 or $90. I would have preferred that they bumped it up to like 100, 120, and kept it the same size. That I would have been okay with that. But I don't know I don't know the thought process on making it smaller, and it's disappointing to me. The Turtle Taxi though is phenomenal. This is super fun, super playable. You get the exclusive Donatello figure with it. This is a home run. I think Playmates has done an amazing job with this, and I'm really excited. And maybe they'll give us other vehicles. There's several other ones out there that I would love to get. The Mutant module would be one of them. That was one that I never had as a kid. I always wanted it as a kid because that was something that was in the cartoon that we saw all the time. The Toilet Taxi we never saw in the cartoon. This was just something that they decided to do and have fun with. But like I said, the Mutant module would be amazing. The Foot Cruisers, I would love to get. While I have the vintage one for that, I would like to get another one of those. It would be cool if they actually gave us both, because they only gave us. They were designed as foot soldier vehicles, but most people use those for the neutrinos. So I would love to get another one of those. Maybe they could get a little bit more creative and give us both of those. Different colorations of the neutrino vehicle. But there's a lot of fun ones that are out there that they could do. I would love that skateboard. Do you guys remember that big skateboard? That would be fun as well. Lots of possibilities for it, and maybe even the sewer, the turtle sewer, which, like I said, I never had as a kid. But that would be fantastic if they could do that as well. I'd be really excited about it. So a lot of good possibilities out there that I would love to see the folks over at Playmates kind of tackle and do for us. It would make a lot of people in the collecting of Ninja Turtle community very happy to kind of see that. But there you go, guys. There's my look at the extremely fun, extremely cool, extremely playable Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Toilet Taxi by Playmate Toys. As I mentioned, I do believe that these are exclusive to Target stores, but they are hitting those locations right now. So if you are looking for them, good luck and happy hunting. Or, as always, if you want to get any other kind of action figures and things like that, the real easy way, real nice way to also kind of support the channel is by going to Big Bad Toy Store for any purchase needs that you may have. For that, I'll put a link right down there in the video description where you can swing on by and check out availability on all sorts of different things and add those to your collections today. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. As always, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. And until next time, this is Optibotimus saying, Cowabunga, dude!